I will go ahead and start in 3, 2, 1, go. So, this game is a 3D platforming game where you can do a bunch of stuff like do wall kicking, and you can grab enemies, throw enemies, punch them, do a bunch of stuff like that. And if you hold the L button here, you run the entire time. So, like, if you just hold L, you run. And we're going to pretty much be holding that button the majority of the game.
Jump down into the pit. Press
But, this tutorial level here is just to show you what, all the stuff that you can do in this game. But the most important mechanic of this game is the farting mechanics, which has its own dedicated button, which is the R button. And if you press down the R button while you are running, and you have, if you have eaten a chili pepper, you're actually able to light your farts on fire as you're running, and then you're also able to just light your farts on fire in general if you grab a chili pepper, because that lets you breathe fire. And yeah, so this is the first level. This level was actually added to the port of the game, so this isn't in the Xbox Shrek game. But yeah, this level here has a decent platforming skip that saves a good amount of time if we just do a wall kick off of this little route here. We just have to get a proper kick. It's kind of hard to do, but if you try to get up over this wall any other way, it's a little bit difficult because there's a gigantic invisible wall around the entire area besides the right side, basically where the tree starts there. This first mission that we have is just an escort mission. We're supposed to escort Hansel and Gretel to this house over here. I don't know if we're like leading them to their death or what, but we're just escorting them over to this house made of candy. And we just need to get in there for a specific reason. Every level, by the way, has 4 main quests and then 2 extra quests. Those 2 extra quests don't ever take the place of like a main quest, so you have to do every main quest to get through a level. And just so you guys know, the reason that this is called No Levels Early, this category, is because you can technically go to the very last level right after the tutorial if you just use a glitch to clip through the wall that prevents you from going to the end level, because the loading zones in the overworld map are always active, no matter if you can get to them or not. So in any percent, you're actually able to beat the game, and literally, if it was perfect, we could probably do it in less than 3 minutes, but it's really hard to get the clip, and it's really inconsistent. So anyway, so this level, most of the quests are pretty short. This last quest here is just grabbing Little Red Riding Hood's sack to get candy for her. And we have to go platform around and grab a bunch of candy, which there's a bunch spread out through this whole level. But this level is pretty simple. It doesn't have a lot going on. But yeah, just so you guys know, the premise of this whole game is Fiona was kidnapped in the middle of the night by this evil ice queen, and this wizard named Merlin comes and tells Shrek that he needs to go and save her, and to do that he needs to go beat the ice queen. So we're on our way to go do that, and that's why if you in these next few levels, you guys are gonna see kind of snow sprung, or like kind of sprung around the levels and stuff. So it's not just like white random crap on the ground. It's just snow. But anyway, this next level here is Mother Goose Land. This is actually the first level in the Shrek Xbox game. The first quest we have to do is we have to grab these egg children and punt them into their nest. And it's actually pretty quick if we just kick them from here, because we have a pretty good angle from just that jump right there, and I try to aim for that little spot of snow, that little speck of snow right there. And the thing about some of the quests in this game is some of them you can start before you actually go to talk to the person who starts your quest, and some you have to start by grabbing, oh, there's a sheep right here. This next quest, sorry, there's a lot to talk about, so I might be a little disorganized, but this next quest here, we need to grab Little Bo Peep Sheep and round them all up into this pen here. Let's see, we got about 4 of them here, so that's pretty good RNG, because it's random where they are placed throughout the map. Nice, this actually isn't too bad. Nice, that was really, really decent. So we did that. We went and talked to the farmer, because that starts a quest that we need to do by making it nighttime, which we're going to do again. And the reason we hit the clock at the beginning of the level is to get this quest started, but we didn't want to start the quest just yet because we want to go and end the next quest on the same nighttime clock. So we're going to go do that now. And the final quest we need to do is fart on the cow that jumped over the moon. And what we did there, oh crap, what we did there is we did a quick fart by turning around and farting on the cow. And that saves a good amount of time because the cows actually run away really quickly and you have to kind of punch them down. And then after we fart on the cow, it offers us a tutorial to learn the new Mega Punch power that we can use. But we don't have to watch the tutorials, so we can skip that. So this next quest here is, this next level anyway, sorry, is Sweetsville Industrial Park. First quest we have to do is we have to kick these enemies into these latches. And this is one of the few levels where we can actually, do multiple quests kind of at once. Because there are some levels where you can only do quests in order, and others where you can kind of do them in whatever order. So this is one of them where we can kind of just do them in whatever order we want. This quest here is we need to make sure to have that timer going for that like steam machine, because it'll count down, and if it counts down all the way to the end, then it's broken and steam will start to leak out of these little red steam tubes that you see along the side of the road. They're kind of hard to see, but yeah, so when we have that counter counting down, it's pretty good if we can manage to go and take care of some other quests while it's doing that, because those little orange guys down there that I punched earlier, they'll try and repair that steam machine, but it'll sorry, it's just hard to explain. If you punch them and knock them out, they just won't be able to make it over there. So we're gonna kick this last enemy into this hatch here. Alright, good. Now we just need to punch all these steam tubes. Hopefully they won't fix that one, but they probably will. It's only pretty much luck whether or not they get to that or not in time. Nice, they didn't. Heck yeah. So we actually saved a good bit of time by them not fixing that either. A lot of that level right there is like basically a lot of YOLO strats all kind of put together, because the timer on that steam machine, if they fix that, it's a huge waste of time because you have to start it again from 30. It's terrible. But anyway, so this next level here is Molasses Sewers. This is probably like the longest level in the game. First quest we have to do is we have to fart on these ice cream men. These ice cream men are the guards that are like minions to the Ice Queen. So this is so we're gonna go, spoilers, fight the Ice Queen in a bit. So we throw these little like plumber dudes. They are kind of all thrown throughout the level, and they need to be put back into their workstations. And the quest for that doesn't start until later, but we can put them into their spaces early and then just go back into their into the areas that they're in, and we're able to just walk into the loading zone and make them load into place. But anyway, so what we just did there was a fart boost jump, and a fart boost jump will let us kind of boost into the air and get a lot higher height than we normally do. And then we just did a wall kick off of the pipe to make sure that we made it up onto that platform. But that definitely saves a good bit of time, because normally you have to like walk up a pipe along the wall and it's really slow and stuff. But so we just finished the ice cream man melting quest, and now we need to go and get all of these guys back into their place. So as you can tell, some of them are pretty close to where they're supposed to be. If you're lucky enough, they'll just stay in place, but it kind of depends on whether or not there's enemies trying to hit them or not. This guy didn't quite land where I wanted him to land. Get into place. Get into place. There we go. Okay, the fourth guy thankfully did, so we don't need to mess around with him. And we're going to take this steam here. This is really terrible because that platform right there is actually right above that steam, so you have to be on like the edge of that stream of steam to get up to that platform. It's really dumb. But anyway, so we finished that quest. Now we need to go and punch all of these valves to make the door to the Ice Queen's lair. It'll make that melt so we can get into there. And we just need to punch these valves. We did a fart boost jump up to there to save a little bit of time on platforming. And then we need to run over here to this this valve. The very first valve that we kicked, by the way, if you guys didn't notice, we teleported back to where we started the quest. If you kick these valves out of order, they'll basically kind of just do that. They'll teleport you back to where you were supposed to be a second ago. Nice. Come on, wall kick. Shrek. There we go. That was terrible. That was so slow. Anyway, so we kicked that first valve just so we save like a second, basically, because we can fart boost jump up to the next valve. It doesn't save a ton of time, but it is time save, and it is a cool like warp strat, so it's neat. Anyway, so now we're about to fight the Ice Queen. The Ice Queen is kind of interesting. She's really OP sometimes, so you want to make sure to try and stun her right away. Hopefully we can manage to do that and not lose too much health. Yeah, it looks like she's being nice. If she shoots us too much, we do have to end up grabbing health, but we can just stun lock her here with our farts. We have to fire fart on her specifically so that it does damage. Now she's being a little mean. Let's see. Ah, man. This one thing about this level that sucks is there's ice physics, so there we go. I just need to grab this and get up here. She has iframes, by the way, so so we can't just fart boost on her fire fart on her 3 times to kill her. But anyway, so she tells us that basically Merlin double crossed her and that now we need to go beat Merlin. So yeah, Ice Queen is actually, I mean, she's evil, but yeah, she kind of helps us there. And we actually skipped a tutorial after the Ice Queen to learn how to do the ground pound, and the ground pound's actually pretty interesting because if you start a ground pound and you don't finish it, like, you don't have to stay committed to your ground pound. If you just tap X, which is the button to do a ground pound, you will gain a little bit of height like that, and then you can just let go of X, and then you don't have to ground pound. So it's basically like a third jump that you can get, well, or just another jump anyway. As far as wall kicking goes, I didn't really explain the mechanics of it, but you can only wall kick twice, so you can wall kick once and then do another wall kick, and then, nice, I fell. Rip. No, come on, Shrek, no! Camera's really annoying on this game, so it can be kind of easy to fall off on some levels. Anyway. Alright, let's get over here. Good. Alright, so we grabbed that gold for... Nice, we fell off again. Rip. So much time loss. Okay. Regardless, get up there, Shrek, please. This level has been really bad. This next quest that we need to do is we need to punch these gnomes. And by doing all these quests, the the giant troll dude at the beginning of the level will tell us how to make our way to the creepy crypt, which is our way to make... is the way to go to get to Merlin's castle, essentially. I think the next... Where the frick is the last gnome? He's somewhere. It's really slow if you take this long to find the gnome. There he is. He's a little hard to see sometimes. They do kind of hide occasionally, and it's kind of random where they spawn, so it definitely wasn't very good spawns there at all. So this next level here is the creepy crypt. This level has some interesting strats. This level's also super dark, by the way, so if you need to turn up the brightness for this game, my apologies, but yeah, it's like a really, really fucking dark level, so it's kind of hard to balance this game. This game's lightness and darkness and stuff. So this first quest we need to do is lure these skeletons to their grave, and or like to bury them basically. And the first skeleton that follows us can either be the skeleton that originally followed us for this one, or like for this run, or it can be the one in the middle. And if it's the one in the middle, it's a little bit bad just because it's not quite as fast, but and sometimes the skeletons can also get spooked and run away from you a little bit, and that can waste a little bit of time as well. So this next quest we need to do is we need to fart on these witches because they're evil or something. And there are 4 of them, and it's kind of hard to fart on them because they go really quickly. Typically, if you are trying to run towards them, they can run away from you pretty quick. So you need to try and do a quick turnaround and punch them or kick them, damage them. So this next quest we need to do is there's a quest to lure a bunch of spiders to their spider mother. And to do that quest, it's a bit faster to actually reset the level and go back out to this room here and grab this bug. And there are 3 spiders out here, so essentially we're just grabbing these 3 spiders, and then we're gonna have this bug for the next spiders that are down in that area that we were at, that we just restarted the level from. So we're gonna lure them down here, the ultra realistic spoopy spiders, and it's gonna take a second because this is just another kind of escort mission quest. But once we get down here, we're gonna bring them over here. We need to make sure they all fall down, because if we drop the bug too early, they won't all follow us down here. Good, they all fell. So we drop the bug there to keep them kind of in place, and then we need to kick this bug off. If you don't kick him off right, it's kind of annoying because you'll need to hit him like multiple times, and then he'll be knocked out. Like all of the NPCs can get knocked out, and if the spider's knocked out, it can't follow you. So really nice if we get a good kick like we did there. So this next quest here is we need to scare a bunch of bats, and they are going to knock down this magical set of armor that lets us resist dragon fire, and that's important for a level later on. Nice, I missed that wall kick. Oh man, this wall kick's a little tricky to get. There we go. Alright, so scared almost all of them, just the last pair of bats are up here. And then we skip through that, and then we're on to the very first castle out of 3 castles. This first castle here is called the Crown Prince Castle. Crown Prince is pretty cool. He just wants us to go and do a bunch of nice things around his castle, and he'll tell us the way to the next castle, which is the Blue Dragon's Castle. So this level's actually really short. The first quest we need to do, well, the first quest we're going to start up, sorry, I'm nervous. The first quest we're going to get ready for is the quest where we need to lure a bunch of jesters up to that throne there, but we're not going to finish that quest until the very end of the level. We're going to grab that jester, and then we're gonna bring the Crown Prince up to his bedroom, because that's the very first quest, is the Crown Princess. I don't know if it's Crown Princess, I don't know if she has a name, but anyway, she tells us that she wants the lazy Crown Prince up in the bedroom for reasons. I don't know, she doesn't explain. I don't ask. So normally when you carry him, by the way, when you carry the prince, you move really, really slowly, but if you just grab him over and over again while you're holding the run button, you move about your normal walking speed anyway. So it's a lot quicker if you just grab him over and over again like this. You just like juggle him in place. So we did that. This next quest we have to do is we have to arrest this evil prison guard and throw him in a cage like this. There we go. And then now we need to free all of these innocent prisoners by punting them out the window. Grab the prisoner.
Kick me out the window.
Thank you, Shrek.
Kick me out the window.
Let's see, where's that other prisoner? Is he up there? I think he's up there somewhere. I can't really tell. It's super freaking. They're so like. Okay, he fell out. Never mind. Good. I thought the first one that I kicked didn't fall out. I think it took him a second to fall out. So we need to just bring this last jester over here now. And then all of the other jesters that we brought over there should be there, and then we just need to fart on the jesters to end the quest, to entertain the crown prince and end the quest. Oh, dude, we didn't fart on the last one. Which one do we need to fart on? Oh, it's this one right here. This one didn't get farted on, so now we just need a backup fart. Okay, good. So you can fart on those torches to also explode your farts, but it's better if we just do it in that one fart that we did on the first two. He was a little far away. Yeah, this game is pretty, it's very movement based. There's not a lot of RNG, so it takes a bit of getting used to, but I wouldn't say it's incredibly precise. It takes a bit of practice just to get used to the physics. One thing about this quest is if you get shot by an arrow, sometimes the quest will start and sometimes it won't. If it doesn't, it'll just start when you get this dragon into this kiddie pool. But this first quest we need to do is lure all of these dragons into the kiddie pool. So we're gonna start off with 2 dragons on that, and then we're gonna grab a 3rd dragon in just a moment. Trying to make sure we don't have this dragon get too close to the corners of the bridge here, because he'll just walk right off of the if he gets too close to the corners, and it's really dumb. So we threw that knight back there to try and hope that the dragon gets into the kiddie pool without us having to lure him into there. So this is a little slow. Hopefully we don't miss this. Nice. Yes, we didn't. Good. Okay. So we have to make sure that this guy doesn't run off cliffs so that we don't lose a bunch of time, because he can easily run off the cliff if we're unlucky and he doesn't stay where we want him to. The second dragon did, in fact, get into the pool, so that YOLO dragon did work, which is good. And then we just need to go and light 2 more torches here. There are 5 torches that we have to light in total, and that will spawn a key to let us get into this castle. This next quest we have to do here is we have to kick all of these goldfish into the kiddie pool that we brought those dragons into. And they're kind of annoying, but thankfully they weren't being too bad there. They'll like drop out of your hands every few seconds, so you have to make sure to press X every few seconds and time it right so you don't drop them like constantly. Alright, so we got all of the torches lit. That's good. Now we just need to get the goldfish into the pool here. Alright. Okay, good. Now they're all over this ledge here. We just need to throw them into the pool. I missed that throw, sadly. You can throw them into the pool kind of like this, but I totally failed every throw, which is sad. I am not Kobe today. Alright, so we got all the fish into the pool, which is good. Now we just need to grab this key and do the last quest. We need to get all the way up to the top of the Blue Dragon's castle. Everybody, if you guess what the boss is going to be at the top of the castle, you get $5. Alright, though you might have seen there. Let's see. Okay, we need a wall kick up here. And we're going to do a bunch of cool wall, platform skipping here, if I can manage. Alright. The big platform skip. Alright, cool. It's this same cow from before. Fart on him, Shrek. There we go. How's the run going? It's going good. We're about like 2 minutes behind PB, but either way, this is the last level coming up right here. This is Merlin's Dark Tower Fortress of Pure Evil. That's the name of the level for real. And this is the hardest level in the run by far. This level, we have to make it through the whole level without dying. There's only one quest in the whole level, and that's to defeat Merlin. So this level has a bunch of doors that we need to explode by grabbing these dynamites and throwing them at the door and exploding them. But the thing about the dynamites is anytime they get hit by a fire source, they will explode, and so that can make it super easy to lose those dynamites. So we're gonna try and do a really cool trick here to make sure that we don't have to punch the third Fire Knight dude. We're gonna try to YOLO throw this. That was sadly too far. I missed. Okay, well, whatever. If you manage to make that throw and throw that TNT at the door, you can save like 10 seconds or so. It's not really a huge time save, but if you're needing those seconds, then it can definitely make or break a record run. Alright, so since I punched that guy, he won't be up. Normally you're supposed to punch him, but if you do throw it into the door like that, it's really nice. So now we just need to go defeat Merlin. And to do that, we first have to destroy this like magic barrier surrounding Fiona and blow up this dynamite, and that's how you do that. And then Merlin will no longer be invulnerable, and then you just have to breathe dragon fire on him, and then you defeat him. In the previous level, by the way, after we beat the level, the time, sorry, time. So the Blue Dragon's castle, in that level, the dragon in that level teaches us how to use dragon fire, and that's how we defeat Merlin. Because that's the only way you beat him, is with dragon fire. Sorry, GG.